Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, RFK, Tulsi Gabbard and Mike Johnson. They went to the UFC together. A bunch of them have posed for pictures on private jets, eating McDonald's and more. And I was actually surprised to see RFK eating Maccas there, given he has declared a war against junk food. All right, Sky News contributor Kosha Gada joins me now. Kosha, this is the new cool group in politics. The fans on the internet are going crazy, but Trump and Elon Musk in particular are basically joined at the hip, and they're promising to shake things up.
They sure are. They have not left each other's side, as you say, and they look like they're having the time of their lives in this past week in Mar-a-Lago and elsewhere. There's this famous saying that says politics is downstream from culture. I think what Trump and Musk and this whole group are proving, at least in this instance, it's in the reverse, and culture is downstream from politics. Everything from his dance move to these photos that they're releasing, and they're having fun at the UFC and flying on jets and all of that. It's interesting because on top, it's layering and packaging something about how that cool factor, as you're saying, and how this team is going to work together, this group of outsiders, on top of the actual policy picks that have been making a lot of news right now. And I think it's all deliberate with Trump, that he's trying to signal this cohesive team that shares the same vision and having a lot of fun at the same time.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about Trump's cabinet appointees in recent days. One of his latest is the new press secretary, the youngest ever at the White House, Carolyn Levitt. Also, another controversial pick has been RFK Jr. to head the Department of Health and Human Services. What's the reaction, Kosha, been like to these two appointments?
Yeah, I think the reaction to these two, as with all the others, is really like a tale of two cities, tale of two realities. And there's the side, the losers, who lost in this election, the Democrats and their allies, are not happy with any of these picks because they are these outsiders, brawlers, come from a different point of view often than the traditional type. And then on the other side, the people that gave Trump the mandate are actually thrilled with these types of picks. For these two in particular, Caroline Levitt, very young, 27 years old. She was a pretty fierce, fire-breathing spokesperson for him during the campaign, and she would go in and do battle with CNN and MSNBC on a regular basis. So I think she's sort of got her own fandom, and I think the press briefings are going to be spicier this time around because of that. And then RFK, of course, is interesting in terms of his policy positions and what he wants to look at in terms of the food supply and the vaccine complex and all of that. But I also think on that symbolic level, the fact that he is this iconic Democrat that supported Trump and now has earned a position in the cabinet is really interesting when people have spent the better part of the last decade framing Trump as this divisive figure. It's just interesting that one of the most iconic Democrats in U.S. history is actually in his cabinet now, potentially.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Kosha, I just want to shift to Russia because Russia has targeted Ukraine in a major drone and missile attack. And this comes kind of shortly after Joe Biden greenlit Ukraine's use of long-range missiles against Russia. Do you think these two things are linked?
It would appear so, and it is interesting that the Biden administration made this move at the 11th hour, with just 2 months left in his presidency. And some would say that it's sort of he's pushing in or packing in a little bit of an escalatory move while he has that time left, because the Trump administration has made no secret of the fact that they're going to go a different way, probably towards a peace settlement of some sort. And I do think that the two things, are linked, and that's probably the most logical conclusion we can draw from what's happened in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, look, that Russia attack overnight in Ukraine has been highly concerning, and it, has been reported that it targeted some critical sites. So, look, we have to hope that that aggression from Russia doesn't escalate as well in the next 2 months. I mean, Trump has said he's going to sort this out. We're yet to hear the proper detail of that. His remarks, as you said, during his election campaign about Zelensky were very concerning. Let's hope he doesn't go down any weak national security path, because we do need a strong US leadership on this front and not to side with Russia. All right, Kosha Gada, thank you very much for your time.